I'm going to start because there's an allocated time slot here, and so welcome, guys. This is training session number 10. Next week, I'm very pleased to announce that we're going to have training from IQ Retail. So IQ Retail will be hosting with me, and then we'll go through all of these niggles and frequently asked questions that we have with IQ Retail. But for today, we're back on stock take. But I really want to start first. It's not good news. I'm going to share my screen here, but we've had some complaints from some mall management stating that some of our participants have not filled in our biodata research onboarding information sheet. And so this is an absolute standard, guys. I mean, there's no question about it. If somebody wants to contribute to a THC product, this form needs to be filled out properly. Starting from the top, it's their title, first name, surname. Above that is the site. And so that would be where your store is located. It's really easy. Date of birth, ID number. If they don't have an identity number, passport number. If possible, can we have an optic on their ID so that we can just check to make sure that this information is correct? So we don't need a copy of their ID, but if they could just please just allow us to verify that they've put the correct information. I filled this form out. It's literally 30, 40 seconds. Gender.
James, sorry, can I interrupt you there?
Yes, Dean.
So you're getting these complaints from mall management.
And so obviously these guys, we're playing in a very delicate area, and so they need to make sure that when we present to these malls that allow us to activate in their shopping centers. So we go through in great detail with them the biodata process, and so that's what sets us aside. That makes us the leading cannabis company in South Africa. And
no, I understand that, but how would the shopping center management actually be aware of that, or even be able to pinpoint that? Because
yes, Dean,
if you had a client that's already registered, he doesn't need to fill the sheet again.
No, you're 100% correct. But they have actually sent a mystery shopper to one of us. And they just went and contributed, and these people weren't even asked to sign up. And so it is completely unacceptable. And
no, you have to address that seriously.
At no stage do we ever allow product to leave unless this protocol has been followed. And really, this is such a simple form. The most important things that we need here are, the name, surname, ID number, and then that signature. We need that signature. And once a month, we will send a courier to you so that we can uplift these. So please have them ready on the last day of the month. And then we'll uplift these, and we need to keep these hard copies with us at head office. So for everybody, I mean, there is no excuse. Somebody wants a product from biodata, then this is the sheet that needs to be filled with due diligence.
Yes, I understand that, James. So I'm going to interrupt you again.
Okay.
I see our audience is just getting smaller by, I don't know why. But anyway, never mind that.
No, I will definitely take that up after. I'm not pleased with this by a long shot, and so there will be.
But I don't want to name and shame, or I don't want you to name and shame. But this incident that happened, was that like a corporate kiosk, or was that a franchisee?
No, it's corporate.
Yeah, so you're going to seriously need to push down on that, because I'm just thinking like the conversations we had earlier with the previous training sessions where Anton was also involved or also mentioned his concerns. Why aren't the franchisees part of these sessions? Because it puts us all at risk.
I'm blown away. Open 3 retail outlets: Green Acres in Port Elizabeth, East Point Mall in Boxburg, and the Ontdekker Center in Florida, in Roodepoort. And I can see here there's not one member from those, and so there will be. Thank you for your time, but as I've always mentioned, these sessions are recorded. They will be uploaded onto our YouTube channel.
But then the thing is, James, if I can jump in, yeah.
Please do.
We were, let's say, I don't want to say, I want to use the word were, supposed to do some stock ordering and process and SOPs, but and it's never a waste of time to discuss anything with one or two people, because even if you discuss it with one person and it actually sinks in, then you've won over one person, or you've clarified a couple of things. But to go through a whole SOP on ordering stock for Dean, and one or two other people, it doesn't make sense. So I would like to suggest that we have today, as a general, you guys are having load shedding in 20 minutes time from now.
Correct, yes.
So let's have a normal, just a discussion over the ordering of products. Have any one of the people, myself, am also a franchisee, although I'm part of corporate. And I don't really attend these training sessions on a Thursday because I'm part of corporate. I attend these training sessions because I'm a franchisee. I'm a store owner.
Yes.
And these things are yes. So I've got a double-edged sword. But to me, it's important to join because of information sharing and gaining knowledge and experience and tricks of the trade and stuff like that. Because there's nobody that's going to open a store. Dean is most probably opening his store, I think, next month or something. And he's not going to walk in there flying like an eagle or swimming like a dolphin. He's going to be like a monkey in the water or a cat in the water. I'm telling you that now.
100%. And I did discuss with Dean. And so,
James,
we can't hear you. Speak slowly or speak into the mic.
Yeah, there's something wrong with your side, James.
Okay, can you hear me now? Can you hear me clearly now?
Better.
That's
much better.
Excellent. Thank you.
Okay, James, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to discuss and peruse through the SOP, touch on a couple of things, and then I suggest that we make it an open discussion with regards to the people that's on the system at this, the participants taking place currently, or taking part, and if they've got suggestions or questions, or have they ordered, haven't they ordered, did they receive, didn't they receive, was it the right stock, was it the right time, was it the wrong, whatever, something like that.
Yeah, excellent. Let's please go ahead with that.
Okay, so afternoon, ladies and gents. It's Anton Swanepoel. I'm part of Labat Healthcare, and actually Labat, the mother company. But yes, I'm the franchisee or the owner from the Harty store, and we've been going on 2.5 years now. So I think I'm not an expert, but I've learned one or two tricks of the trade. So in this SOP, which is the ordering of stock, the normal contents will be the purpose, the organizational scope, the policy statement, the background, the process flow, and the responsibilities. Now, I'm not going to go and read through each and every one of these departments because, to have a proper training session, I would have liked an audience of a little bit, that's a little bit more people involved. But anyway, these guidelines are issued not only as a prescribed or a standard or a behavior, but as a tool to be used to maintain the relevant required stock levels at all times. The information of stock levels, availability of stock, can and will assist management of Cannafrica franchisees, owners, supervisors, and staff to maintain a successful business. Okay, and then usually I would have now tell you exactly what the purpose is, but I think let's do the purpose. The purpose of SOP like this, the purpose of this procedure is to standardize the ordering of stock. This will ensure the availability of stock at all times. The importance that the stock levels are maintained at all facilities, stores, and kiosks. Product stock needs to be ordered in advance to ensure that the appropriate acceptable stock levels are maintained at all times. Now, the organizational scope is where head office comes in to facilitate and be part of the facility, the ordering of the products, and to facilitate the time-use delivery. Then there will be a policy statement, and there'll be a background. Now, usually the background is one will identify certain things that has gone wrong in the past or at other stores, and then you try to facilitate and or mediate that through putting things in place like an SOP. Now, okay, the process flow of the ordering SOP. Stock will be ordered weekly on Mondays. In the event that the Monday falls on a public holiday, the whole process ordering needs to be done the next day, which should be usually the Tuesday, and or discussed within the Cannafrica group if we have long weekends and stuff like that. So usually we need to order on a Monday. Relevant inventory levels. So that means for you to place an order on the Monday, it is suggested that on the Friday, the facility, the store, the kiosk, and the manager or the supervisor should review their inventory levels and determine if any stock needs to be ordered. Managers, supervisors should consult with their team members to identify any upcoming requirements, events in an anticipated demand, increase in demand. Submit an order, complete the purchase order, and submit the purchase order to the purchasing department at Cannafrica head office on the Monday. The purchase order should include the following details: the quantity of each item required, the item name and description, unit price and total price, the vendor, the store, the kiosk name, contact details, and delivery address. Then placing the order, the purchasing department will receive the purchase order and ensure that the requirements ensure that the required items are available from the vendor, the store, or the kiosk. The purchasing department will place the order with the vendor, the supplier, and follow up to ensure timelessly delivery. In case of an item being unavailable, the department will inform the relevant facility, store, kiosk, or without delay. Stock ordered on the Monday should be delivered by the Friday of that week. Record keeping purposes. The purchasing department will maintain a record of all orders placed, received, and delivered. Each facility, store, kiosk should maintain their own inventory records to monitor the purchase of orders, stock levels, and consumption rate. The purchasing department will generate an invoice and send that out to the relevant store, kiosk, or facility for payment. Auditing and reviews. On a monthly basis, the purchasing department will receive the inventory levels to identify any trends or issues that may be required adjustment to the ordering process. This will also be communicated down to the facility, the store, or the kiosk. Owners, franchisees, department managers, supervisors should also review their inventory levels and use to adjust. Owners, franchisees, department managers, supervisors should also review their inventory levels and usage to adjust their orders and products needed. And then basically, at the end of the SOP, it will just tell you responsibilities, which will be the responsibilities of Cannafrica franchisor, the franchisee, the specific stores, as well as the employees of the facility and or the kiosk and or the store. And that in a nutshell is a quick rundown on the SOP of stock ordering procedure.
Excellent, Anton. Thank you very much. These processes are there for a reason, and it's just going to streamline everybody's experience. So we need to please place our orders on a Monday. You will receive the stock that week, and then this will just increase our customer satisfaction as to always having stock of the items that they are looking for. So the reason that we're doing this is we're coming towards our year end as the JSE listed entity, and so along with that comes an audit. And so this brings me, that's the ordering of stock, but now when it comes to our stock take, and so by the end of this month I need the most accurate stock take from all of our outlets. This is a non-negotiable, and so because we're going to be audited on this, I will send out an email to everybody, but I want a stock take, and I want photographs of the stock. And so if you've counted 19 Exodus cheese pre-rolls, I want a stock list with that, but then I also want, as a backup, a photograph pertaining to that SKU, that stock keeping unit. And so a photograph of everything and a full and diligent stock take. Being audited is a very important part of keeping our credentials, and so that is it's something that is a non-negotiable. So everyone, please, if we can have your stock takes by the end of the month. And then I need to make sure that every outlet has a copy of the chain of custody folder, an actual physical copy. So I keep one in the office with me.
Can I brag? Can I
yes,
brag, Chad?
Please do, Dean.
I want to. So let me put on this camera. I don't know what I'm hiding behind me. I don't see myself on the screen. So what I actually did is I made a book of it.
Oh wow! So you bound it even. It's a very important. It's a very important document, Dean. And so thank you for your trouble there.
Number. There's all the SAPRA documents that we need.
Mm-hmm.
There's pharma ethics. There's some more SAPRA stuff. There's the chain of custody form or the supply. About healthcare. This is the chain of custody. All of the clinical trial investigations. So whenever we would be visited by someone, we'll have this on hand to give it to them.
Excellent. And that is the reason that this
kind
is
of a bit more legit if it's binded.
100%. I've got I've outdone you. I have a green for Cannafrica.
I have a green.
Oh, you got the green there as well too. So I'm just going to run through mine with everybody. So you need
to
have.
I'm done.
Thank you, Dean. So we need to have this document on hand. Right on the front is going to be our Sweetwater's aquaponics license, our SAPRA license. We also have the license for Biogest. We also have the license for Leaf Botanicals. And so we have those licenses available. We also have our license to cultivate cannabis for purposes of producing scheduled substances. We have license to manufacture medicine. We have license to cultivate for the purposes of producing scheduled substances. The pharma ethics protocol, and we also have the full, it's a 57-page document, but it's the South African Observational Research Trial to investigate the replacement of opioids with medicinal cannabis for pain management within the South African population. So it's quite a big document, but it's essential that you have a hard copy. And then right at the back, we have several certificates of analysis for the most popular flower that we keep on hand. So please, guys, once again, it's a non-negotiable. You need a printed hard copy of this chain of custody. Then we, so we've got.
I'll charge $100 and I'll courier it to whoever. I'll get it binded.
Okay, but I want that's very nice of you, Dean. Thank you. But I'm really going to push hard, and I need by tomorrow, just to have a notification from everybody that they do indeed have this chain of custody folder. So this audit's coming up, and we really need to be on top of our game here. And then I'm going to share with share my screen with you.
James?
Yes.
We do not have that. You haven't given us that.
Okay, so then you just please need to pop me an email, or you can pop it on our WhatsApp group in Bali, and then I will get one to you by the weekend.
Okay, please. Thank
Excellent. Thank you. And then here's the standard operating procedures for the research participant onboarding procedure. So I started off our meeting going through the biodata form, but you know, I will have to keep repeating myself until we get this down to pat. And so these guidelines are issued by Biodata not only as a prescription of standards of behavior, but also ethics and accountability, which is required of its public service. But there's also a statement of Biodata's commitment to an onboarding system which enables data-driven capturing and thorough record keeping of new and existing participants for the Biodata research project. Information that can and will assist the management of Cannafrica managers, franchises, owners, supervisors, and staff. And the purpose of this is a procedure to inform and guide all relevant personnel with a clear and step-by-step process to be followed, with specific reference to the patron and the client onboarding process for the Biodata research project. The operational scope just gives a quick rundown of our company, but this policy statement serves to ensure that the correct onboarding procedures are used at the Cannafrica facilities, shops, and kiosks at all times. It's a non-negotiable. The procedure applies to all employees who are involved in the onboarding of Biodata research participants, and it's essential that the correct information is shared with the patron or the client. All participants are required to complete the onboarding information sheet. This SOP will be adhered to as products containing THC are considered a Schedule 6 product by the SAPRA. The process flow is the patron or the client inquires about the Biodata research project, and then the store, the kiosk staff, explain the Biodata research project to the patron or the client. Then the client requests products related to the Biodata research project, and so the client now becomes a participant. The participant is given a Biodata research onboarding information sheet, the sheet that we went through at the beginning of this session. And then the Biodata research onboarding sheet is explained to the participant, and the Biodata research onboarding information sheet is read, completed, and signed by the participant. This is where I'd like you to step in and just have a view of their ID, just to make sure that they've given us the correct ID number. The facility or store kiosk stocks checks that all the fields are correctly filled in. Then the participant can select a product. The participant makes a contribution.
James?
Yes, Dean.
James, can I, sorry, I'm sorry, I haven't seen the new ID cards yet. Okay. Sorry, I still have the old green book.
Yes.
But theoretically, when we upload the client to IQ Retail, they can present the ID book, and the normal scanner that they're using should be able to scan a normal green ID book. I'm not sure about the ID card.
Oh, wow. Well, I'll definitely look into that, Dean. That's
I know it can scan the
interesting
ID book because that's basically a barcode.
Okay.
But I'm not sure about the ID card, and that would kind of more legitimize it, if I can put it that way.
I think that's outstanding. So I'm definitely going to put some research into that. Next week we have IQ Retail are going to host a meeting with me and give all of the frequently asked questions. And so by then I will have answers on this for you, Dean, as to the new IDs,
I just think
old
it's very
IDs.
important. Then that's better than just eyeballing something. You scan the ID to actually onboard him.
Yeah, excellent. It just brings more legitimacy to what we're doing.
Yes,
And
exactly.
at every opportunity that we have to show off, I believe that we need to. So thank you for that. I'll just continue here. So the participant, once they've selected a product, they will make a contribution for the product. The participant is handed the product fact sheet for perusal in their own time. So this is the PIL, the patient information leaflet. Excuse me. Now, I absolutely insist that definitely the first time that a participant takes a product from us containing THC, it has to compulsory have a patient information leaflet pertaining to THC. I will, if necessary, I will send it to everybody again. There are 7 patient information leaflets that we have. The majority of them are going to be the THC one, but I also want you to have the CBD ones and the scaletheum, moringa, and antioxidant. Then the product type is captured on the back of the biodata research onboarding information sheet. The profile is created on the biodata register. So we now upload onto the IQ Retail. And the information from the biodata research onboarding information sheet and product purchase is captured on the biodata research register. And so what happens here is when the repeat purchase product, the repeat product purchase, it will be recorded digitally onto IQ Retail. Once that person's profile is created, every time they come for product, their name needs to be called up on our IQ Retail's point of sale system. And then each time they take a product, it needs to be uploaded onto that. So we're going to have a record of every time that a participant has been to one of our outlets, and we'll know precisely which THC products they used. The responsibilities here, it's to be known and enforced by Cannafrica head office and management, and all managers to be aware of the biodata research onboarding process, the standard operating procedures, and the needs to ensure compliance at all times. We cannot make errors here. Under the responsibilities continued with, this is for owners and franchisees, managers and store supervisors and staff, have to familiarize themselves with the biodata onboarding process and ensure that the information as per this SOP is complied with. And then a patron or client becomes a participant assisting with the biodata research project. So that pretty much captures where we are there. I'm just looking at the time here. It seems like we're going to go into load shedding here. For anybody here, does anybody have a problem with the onboarding process? Please, guys, if Brandon, I see you're a new one to us, so you've recently successfully launched your store on Deckers. Have you had any issues with the biodata onboarding forms?
No, we haven't. It's actually been quite straightforward. Yeah.
And your process is that so when our consumers come in, you greet them with your very friendly smile. You guide them through the products. You talk them through the onboarding form, and then you load that onto IQ Retail. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
And you found that to be efficient. And with repeat customers, do you what is the process that you use there? So if John Smith is back again for the 3rd time, what process do you follow there?
So what we do from there is we go to on the point of sale, and then we go to customer. From customer, which is if there is people with the same name, we just go through all the details to make sure that it's the correct person.
Excellent.
And from there, all the sales, all the purchases are added to their name.
Excellent. So you're doing that perfectly well. So I appreciate that. And it's very important that we have that continuation, not just that first once-off purchase, but the data that we require for this research project is continuous. And so I need to know, and so when we present to SAPRA, we can say which products were used for which ailment, and that will just guide us through this process. I wonder, is there anyone else here from one of our new stores? No, so we'll have to go there. Tulani, are you finding everything to be smooth?
No, everything is quite good, James. My only question was, like when you are ringing up a product, when you click on customer, is the name supposed to be in bold black, or it's okay if it's like a faded black? Okay, and also when I get back into the data's review into my database, is it supposed to be putting up the totals of what they bought, because it's just still on 0000 everything? So
okay, so
putting things right, I'm putting things wrong.
No problem, Tulani. There's obviously a glitch, or possibly, like I mentioned, next week we're going to have Augustine host this training with me from IQ Retail, and then so please keep a mental note of that, or make a note of that, Tulani, and that will be answered in our session next week with Augustine. So I'm glad that I did touch on that with you. Thank you. No problem. Reese, you guys don't have any issues in Boardwalk?
Hi, Jen.
Hi, Reese.
Hi there. Having some issues with the PC again, and I believe the new ownership will sort that situation out. So when that's all up and running, we'll be under the new operating system when it comes to loading placements.
Okay, super. So I think once again, if you want to pop me a note on the side, Reese, and then let's see what I can do to help you as quickly as I can there. But I'm very glad that these questions are coming up. This is the exact purpose of next week's training session with IQ Retail. I can see that Mbali, you guys, are you onboarding everybody? Do you still have? You've been trading for quite a while. What sort of numbers of new participants are you getting a week, Mbali? Do you know?
James, we still haven't started with the new onboarding process. We're still going on with the same old one because my system was down. It wasn't working. So
okay.
I'll start with everything on Saturday when I go back. And then, but the number of new participants, it's growing a bit. But
okay,
normally with us, we have a lot of regulars now.
That was my thought. Because you've been trading for quite a while now, you obviously have a lot of regulars. But my interest is, are you still signing up new participants every week? Are you still getting, new consumers coming to the kiosk?
Yes, we are getting new consumers coming almost like every day, maybe 1 or 2 every day.
Oh, that's magnificent. And so then, next week, Augustine will go through all of the processes of how to capture this on IQ Retail. It's going to streamline it for you, and it's going to provide me with the data that I need. Once at the end of the month, the last day of the month, please make sure that you have the hard copy. I need those hard copies. I will send our courier to you to come and collect those. They need to come and live with me at head office.
No problem, James.
Beautiful, thank you. Okay, guys, that's it's bringing us to the end here, but I just want to give an opportunity. Does anybody have any questions on the items we've gone through today? So the chain of custody, the onboarding form that I started with, and then pertaining to stock, the management of stock, the ordering SOP of stock, and stock taking. We have our audit coming up, and it is crucial that we have incredibly accurate figures. And for my corporate guys, when you do your stock take, so who have I got here? Tulani, Mbali, Reeson, and Ntombi, you're going to have to, when you do your stock takes, I want photographs of the stock items as well as the stock take. Does anybody have any other queries here? Dean? Are you going to do an opening stock take for me?
I will do one for you.
I'm
Of
going to be
course.
with you next week, Dean. I'm very much looking forward to that. And so perhaps I can give you assistance.
We are working our asses off to make the shop pretty. So that's the main focus. I think we should be done by next week. The counters are coming. I was hoping tomorrow, so that's only coming, I think, Tuesday or so.
Okay.
But I think when you come in, you'll see it's a different take on, not a different take, it's still the same.
So
CI.
you're still sticking to our corporate identity.
Yes, but
Beautiful.
the layout's a little bit different maybe to your other shops. But I see even those fancy photos you guys sent me about that new shop that opened, like that weird square thing with the light.
Yes, that's
So we're trying to,
East Point Mall in Boksburg. It's a beautiful store. It's
yeah,
absolutely
that's like.
Dean, I've lost you. I think I've lost everyone. Is anyone there? Hello? Hello, hello. I think maybe the internet has dropped. I just want to give it an opportunity.